Hello everyone! Sorry, I went to press the button and my stream deck was knocked over. Couldn't actually push the switch to start button. Almost set. There we go. A lot easier that way. How's it going today? I've been streaming a lot this week. It's kind of fun to keep jumping on here and hanging out with you guys. Hopefully everyone's doing all right today. I didn't update my topic. The title's still on building Comet samples. I'm not sure if we should work on gMusic stuff or we should keep working on Tasky. Um, I don't know. There were some issues I ran into yesterday with like data binding and Tasky, and I fixed some of those inside of Comet. So I might jump in and work on Tasky a little bit. Then maybe we can jump over to gMusic. I don't know. But Tasky was looking really good, but I kind of want to start over and make it nicer now that I've worked past all the weird issues I had, and see kind of how quickly I can build a little task app and get it working. All right, enough of me talking. Let's jump into code. All right, so Tasky, let's play with this guy. Um, Ignore the horn honking if you can hear it. I don't know if you guys can. Apparently my 3-year-old's sitting in the front seat of the car honking the horn. All right. All right, let's do, I wonder if we just want to, yeah, we'll call it, because I want to do a couple different iterations of these. Hello, how's it going? Homo Lara? Something like Homero Lara. I don't know. Sorry. It's hard to say. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too much. All right, so I'm naming things. It's the worst. I hate naming things. Let's start building tasky view, task list view. Let's start here. We'll start out and I'm going to change it over. Oops, let's first make this a view. And then let's give it, I think that's actually enough to start. Let's jump into the app delegate. If our hot reload works, and it does most of the time, I'm just going to do this at this level. We'll do new nav page, and then let's name this one to our task list view. Perfect. All right, let's run it, and I'm going to collapse. Ooh, why did Visual Studio crash on me? That was crazy. That's not normal. Let's try again. We can do this. And it forgets its window size. I normally do work in full screen, except when I'm streaming, because why would I not use on my screen? All right, I don't have a simulator launched yet, so let's press play. Let's go, and this should give us a blank list, or a blank screen with absolutely nothing on it. Go, go, go. Who can do it? Simulator launch. Beautiful. All right, once this is launched, that does launch because there's nothing on it. Body, view, body, new list, type of to-do item. Put a semicolon there. That should reload going. Evaluating, reload, that should have done it. I wonder why we don't see a list view. View 4. And I'm just going to go copy this from our other page. We'll just do this. View 4 equals item Of course, I'm like, reload works, and then I try it here, and if it doesn't work in this instance, that is silly, because it should. Maybe it has problems with adding the new body and reassigning the body. That could be. All right, so for this one, we're going to keep going with that list. I'm just going to grab that over as well, just because I'm lazy. New or task list, we'll do this. And let's bring in all the using statements. Oh, no, keycaster. Bring that up. You should live somewhere right around there. Perfect. There we go. All right, so now that can build. So now I should be able to just say new this, pass the items in, or items.value. Is it reloading? Because this is not cool. I should not be stopping and starting right now. I might need to debug and see what's going on with reloading. All right. And if I do 30, yeah, nothing's reloading. It says it is. Says it's sending it along. Where am I at? Am I in a weird state in this repo? Yeah, that stuff's not needed, not yet. Very, very interesting. I was just actually demoing this and it was all working. All right, so let's debug this because I can't work this way. I was hoping this would be fast to just quickly knock it out, have it navigate, move along, and then we could build something else, like gMusic or something fun. It definitely is replacing things, so get replaced view. All right, so now if I say, it's never asking for the new view. Very, very interesting. Let's put a breakpoint here and find out why. Okay, is enable this true? View.get type navigation. Okay, so that one's a navigation view. Really? The navigation view returns itself. This goes back to that stupid content view stuff that I wanted to fix. Content view. It's going to be the death of me. I need to gut and change the way content view works. Because, so it didn't work. It then should send its content over. Its content should check, but it's not. Let's go to, maybe this will be an easy fix. Because if something's wrapped in a navigation and we can't reload it, that's kind of dumb. Defeats the purpose when the navigation is the root, and it should be allowed to be the root. If I was returning navigation here, it would have been fine, which is also dumb. But that would work, and this one wouldn't. All right. Replaced view. Where are we at? That's reset view. Replaced view. Reloader.get replaced view. If not, reload this. Else return get render view. Get render view for, let's just try something crazy. What if content view, and this might break everything. Override get render view. Instead of that, it returns content dot get render dot it just calls into get render view. That's lame that I can't just call it that way, but that should work. Let's see what that does. Well, unless it breaks all the layout, which it may. It's not cold. All right, press play. That's what I was worried about. Whenever I switch the views to use its content, it breaks layout, and I haven't dug into that yet. Oh, excuse me. All right, so tricky, very tricky. Let's not do that then. And let's change this layout so I can reload, because building this without hot reload is painful. And I need to fix that, because that is going to continually bothering me and causing nightmares. All right, so we'll do that, go back to this, and new navigation view. And now we'll be able to reload after this. Run this, and now we have hot reload again. Oh. All right. Hey, that has too big a spacing. Let's drop this down to 6. And now we're getting our reloads. Move the breakpoint. All right. I'm going to have to rewrite content view. Just rip it out almost and start over. Don't know what else to do with it. All right. So we have this. We can now tap on those. Now let's go to... That is not formatting well. What if I... Why is this not indented right? It's not indented right. I cannot follow those curly braces in my head. Sorry, meant to mute before doing that. All right, got that. Looks good. So now right here we can say dot navigate on selected. New, and to do details view. Perfect. All right, so now if I tap on one of these, it'll navigate. And yesterday I had an ugly bug to where if you typed in here and you go back, it didn't update. But I fixed the bindings. Fixed magic bindings. I only allowed one native view or one Comet view to listen to an item at a time. And so I fixed that bug because that's horrible. Because you can data bind it to multiple views, as you can see. Much better. All right. If I add a title here, I don't know if this will fix it. Dot title. See if that'll even add title period. Maybe titles don't reload. Why aren't we getting titles? And then, uh-oh. I didn't stop. Okay, now it just jumped to something else. All right, let's go into, let's add a title here so we can test this. To do details. All right, so let's go into Comet. Handlers, no, controls. It is under Maybe it is. So if we go to this guy. All right, so let's tap on one. Value is to do view. So that needs to be set at a different time. We can fix that. I think that's just being set at the wrong time because it doesn't actually have anything yet, or it might not. Oh, I'm just curious if that'll fix it. Oh, actually, container view. Try that. Still there. Where in the world did to-do item go? What in the world did I do? You exist, and you exist in a namespace. This seems like a bogus error to me. Did I drag this out somehow or into something else? Yeah, how'd this get dragged to Comet? I did not do that. It's enough to drive someone crazy. Why, hello, R2. Welcome, welcome. It's weird. Sometimes my viewer count does not update. And it's like, there's only one of you in here. Stupid Streamlabs. Did it not open the Streamlabs thing? Let me... Stream labels. I don't see why that's not open. Maybe if I open that. It's supposed to auto-open. Hey, that updated account. There's two of you. Much better. Much better. Great. Working on some Comet stuff. I might jump into gMusic like I normally do on this time, this day. But I wanted to just do one more pass at Tasky, see how quickly I could build it once I fixed a bunch of bugs that... Oh, come on. Current view. I totally gave that thing a title. All right. Let's non-public ID. It only has an ID. You guys saw me do it, right? Let's go to do task list. Oh, I set it for this list view, which did not propagate up to the parent of this thingy. I set that in the wrong place. We might actually leave it there. I wonder if this should be like question mark, question mark. Let's try this. I wonder if I add one to check its built view as well, because sometimes we should. Value dot built view. All right, let's try that, because we should be able to. Although that's going to get the nav view. Maybe it won't. No, that won't be. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I think I might jump into gMusic after I finish up this tasky stuff. While tasky's exciting, it's not nearly as much fun. No, nothing. Built view is null. Built view is the navigation view. That's what I was worried about. Still going to be null. But that would allow me to set it on the navigation, which is the weird place to set it. It should do... The fact that it's sending the navigation here is also odd. Let's look at... All right. All right, if you... At that point, I should then set it to its If I mess with this, it might break everything. So technically... I wonder what that'll do. Let's see what that does. Play with some fire here. All right, that's fine. First time we set it. Second time, still didn't set right. Because built view is... So view is tasky list view. Oh, nav. All right. So here's where we go. Equals nav.content. That's what I was trying to accomplish. And that set it. And I don't even need the title thing there. That's interesting. Now, I wonder if that, let's revert. We don't need everything I did there. Let's go to this thing and undo a bunch because I don't need anything I added here this time. Just don't need that. That should be good enough. I kind of do like grabbing its built view. I think I'm going to leave that in there just in case because I do like it. Actually, we can just copy that whole thing. Else, we'll say value.builtView. Reformat that. All right, that I like. Just in case as a backup. Now, if I go back to my app delegate, new navigation view, and actually I think I want to do one more thing in this. If allow nav, because I always want to set that. If it's a nav, we're going to set its child down, because that's the right thing to do. And title is null the first time. Second time it gets set again. That's silly. What'd I do wrong? I also wanted to check. Right, what I was trying to check was if hot reload works. That's because I did 2 double navs. Which some of that will auto fix when I fix content view. Content view is what's causing all of this silliness. That fixed it. Now let's see if this will reload. No, it still reload. It still won't reload. Stupid content view. I need to figure out how to make content view play nice. Something breaking hot reload's kind of an issue to me. Actually, let's undo that. Or redo that. And then redo that. Let's stop it because it's not going to let me do this while we're going. Go to content view. Do I not let myself inject into the reload? Internal void. So let's do that. I just want to see if this will fix it. Let's tell its content to reload as well. That may allow us to now hot reload. Hey, that fixed hot reloading for that. Still need to fix stupid content view, but I can reload, and I'm okay with that. Let's commit some stuff to Comet while I know what I did and why I did it. All right. Checking the built view for title. Whoa, that's too much stuff. Too much stuff. I only want to do that on that one file. That is this commit. Then I also navigation now passes on its content view when making a view controller on iOS. I love the GitHub desktop app. It's amazing. All right, allow content view or view to reload its content. Yes, committing frequently is very nice, very useful. I forget too. I'll go and just like, whoa, I have like 1,000 lines that changed, and that happens. Like, too much, too much. Someone's calling from an area code I don't know. Decline. Hello, Sweeky! We were just doing some Comet and Tasky, and I think I finished. I fixed that environment crash yesterday. But hello, maybe I didn't fix something. Actually, let's look at that. So I am trying to finish up Tasky so I can move along. To do item, set environment, to do item, item. I'm doing that in the constructor would not have item yet. Curse you. How do I handle that? Because I set the environment variable after the constructor. I might need to add in a new thing to like, you've been populated with all your fun stuff. I mean, I could. No, that wouldn't work because that only looks for fields. I gave you mod once, R2. Are you remembering how that went? I learned from my mistakes. I don't think my count's working still. Because there are more than 3 of you in here. I can see that. Work! Work, stupid counter! I give up. Alright. Well, that's not going to work. I can do it on the other side, though. Because that'll work, because I have the title there. Tricky, tricky. Alright, that works. I didn't think that would data bind, because I don't think I've made titles data binding. But that worked. Yeah, the funky splash screen. David Ortnow added that. Why, hello, Luce. Alright. Is there anything else we'd want to add to Tasky? I don't know why I take you to a whole edit screen just for that. Oh, we don't have add. Yeah, but that's pretty close. I'm really happy with that. That's really not much code now. Especially since that edit screen is really small now. No, that's the add new screen, the details. And why do we even have high there? Dot frame. Let's do width equals 200 because it's really small. Oh, I could tap into that. Okay. I don't like that it doesn't have a border, but those do edit. All right. I think I'm gonna call Tasky good. Maybe we'll jump over to gMusic now. gMusic's a little bit more fun. Question is though, do we continue doing gMusic with Comet, or do we just go full on Forms again? What were we even doing last time? I don't even remember. Oh, I didn't actually push up my Comet branch. I thought I did. Guess I was a little bit behind. Thoughts? Questions? You guys want to work on gMusic in the context of Comet or just gMusic in Forms? Nobody? Nobody? Thoughts? Also, I do want to do Comet. I love Comet. What are you talking about? Oh, I want to. Okay, I read that backwards like I don't want to. I'm like, of course I want to work on Comet. I'm enjoying Comet. I'm finding lots of bugs in it right now, which is good. Very, very good. Let's just see where we're at. I do need to get Comet stabilized a little bit more so we can push up a new NuGet. I actually probably should. It's actually pretty far along. Maybe we'll just do that now. All right. Because the layout's working a whole lot better. There's lots of things that are working a lot better now. Let's just merge. What do I want to do? Pull request. New pull request. From dev to master. Yes. What is the background of Comet? So Comet is a new program I'm working on, or a new programming toolkit. That's a new UI toolkit. And you can find a little bit that takes you the list of it, or the GitHub repo. The idea behind it is that it was kind of a code-first approach and solving things in a different manner. Like you'll notice I had hot reload. Hot reload is just part of Comet. Shouldn't even have to, as you're typing, it should reflect the changes you're making, which is really nice and it makes it really fun. It's a little bit different, just the way things work with like you're doing a body that can be created, so all your UI creation happens in a method or a function, and it has like state stuff built in just to automatically do data binding. So you'll notice data binding text, data binding anything really. Right here, this text is bound to this. Whenever that text changes, that auto data binds. Same with this update text button. It's just going to say, hey, state.text equals click count plus plus, right? Now, because of that, it'll update that text, and this label will automatic data bind. And data binding inside of C# for XAML stuff is typically pretty hard to do. It's not nice, it's not type safe, and you're doing stuff with magic strings, and it's just not fun. Whereas doing it with Comet really, it's pretty different from Blazor. It does work with Blazor, but Blazor's kind of doing the whole, it's merging HTML and the Razor syntax with C#. There's lots of similarities. Both the Comet and Blazor have a virtual DOM that then diff against things. So they're pretty different. The difference is, is in respect to data binding. Blazor doesn't necessarily have data binding. It rebuilds things all the time and then diffs the virtual DOM and then just applies diffs to whatever's happening in the HTML or however you're using it. Whereas this has that capability, but it also has data binding. So it just knows that text changed to update this text. So there are some similarities and some differences. And this is really aimed at native development. How does Comet know when things change? Well, in this case, we were using a state. If you want, it does tell you go use a binding object or implement iNotify property red, which is a new interface I added. And the interface just is subclasses iNotify property changed. So if you want magic data binding, you tell me whenever you read a property and whenever you whenever you read a property and whenever a property changes. Similar to how you do things with iNotify property changed. So, yeah. And then I know when you're reading values, so I can keep track of what's happening and where it's at inside the view creation, and I can actually tell whether or not I can data bind and what was changed, whether things are data bindable or whether that I need to rebuild the body and do a diff. So it's pretty cool. As soon as you know what properties are read, you can know a lot about an app and the views and how they were created. So, yeah. All right. What were we working on gMusic last time? Did we work on the artist page? And if I remember right, this top view is forms, and this view is Comet. And then this is back to forms. Right? That's where we got to? Ah, what? Crash! Crash, crash! State should never be null. How is state null? state is, oh wow, this is on my cells. I just added this. Get or create. State is set, and it's not null. Okay, that is state. Oh, that's the static comic dot. Okay, well, we're going to when a view is created, that state is set. How is state null? Inside the constructor, grabs the current state so that way they're passed down so it knows if it's being built. What happens if we do state builder.current state there? That one's null. What if we do it's like, I know you don't do underscores. What are you doing? State question mark state equals new state. Actually, it should do this. All right. And then we can leave that there. I don't like seeing crashes. Those aren't fun. Hey, John, merge that pull request. I was gonna wait and see what. Squeaky, this won't push if the tests don't all pass though, correct? Because, wait, what? What is the issue here? Let's see why this thing failed. Checkout error. Hey, Squeaky, we have Git issues. Do we have to re-up something? I don't know why would we have to refresh tokens? Are you here, Squeaky? Ping her in Slack. All right. If that, yeah, hopefully that'll go. Even if it won't push, I can download the NuGet and we'll manually push it ourselves to NuGet. All right, let's move along. Well, that's not be distracted by that. Let's see if this is working better now. Why do I have, oh, okay, maybe it just didn't load yet. Just like I had some blank. That's working pretty good. Let's, ooh, do I have a leak here? No, those are 121. Yes. No, it dropped back down. 220, 257. Okay. I definitely have some sort of an issue though. I remember fighting this on another stream, but I thought I fixed it. Content. Interesting. It's funny because current content, I am removing it anyway, so something disposed of that. I remember moving the dispose down here. That is tricky. I might rewrite these screens into Xamarin.Forms anyway, just so we're not jumping back and forth too much, but I like having a test sample inside of a real app. Oh, wow, that's silly. What did I do? All right, let's go look at that, because that's fixable. Let's fix that at least while we're here. Comet views, comment views. Because I was on this screen. Albums, artist albums, on selected. New playlist song page. Well, that's part of the problem. I don't have an album detail page. Album details page. If I can spell album right, that would be useful. All right, now we're going to try something out with Comet. I have not stopped debugging, so I should still be able to just code. All right, so if I throw that in here, I should be able to do cannot access dispose. This dispose thing is going to kill me. I toyed with throwing an extension method. Let's go to where that is. So native view. It's saying the stack is disposed, but this native view is not a stack. So we're cleaning things up. Things get cleaned up during reloads. Oh, this view. This might be. This is the handler. We're adding to a disposed view. This is disposed. All right, well, what's the call stack on this? create view, get or create. So that created a new one. How did that get disposed already? Because this thing, get handler, this instantiates a new one. So we just instantiated one here at this level, the call stack. Then by set view, this is null. I mean, disposed already. What could it dispose it in one stack call? So reset view. This is trippy, guys. Get cell, set view, to view, get render view, check for bodies, got the body, set the body, done there. Which value is getting set? Where did reset come from and why? Oh, that tells it. I'm doing more work than I need to here. But that, because I shouldn't be resetting. Resetting then tells it to rebuild itself again. But we haven't actually set the view yet, so then telling it to reset. This call stack I don't like. So this sets the view handler. How is view handler null though? Value is not null. Oh. Dot. I think I have an idea. What am I building? I am building two things. I'm building an app called gMusic, and I'm also playing with an experimental new UI toolkit. I am building Comet. G originally stands for, it was a Google Music client. It was the first Google Music client on iOS. So it's evolved past that now. Uh-oh, VM is not suspended. That just blew stuff up. All right. I think I know what's going on here, though. I think that first time I set this, that should only happen no problem. Lurk away. I just want to see if I can. All right, so this, send notification. I'm going to do something. Property name. So only send the notification if there is a property name to send that on about, right? If not, it'd be foolish to send it on. All right, so now body, the first time body gets set should not reset view. That should fix this reset being called so much. Unexpected. Where's the unexpected? Oh. Expected, not unexpected. All right. That might fix some of this, because I was setting things, then I'm resetting them, and then I'm setting them again. So, no point in double setting things. It's weird. So weird. All right, now let's go hack on this. What were we building? We were building a new artist's, a new album something. Album details. Let's close all to the right. All right. Now we'll say, hey, programmer Slick, thanks for the follow. All right, so instead of doing this, we're going to now be able to do a navigate. Ooh, wow. Again. Why is that blowing up on reload? All right, so this goes to this, to this. View handler. Something's happening weird with our recycling, I think. So we recycle the native views. As I mentioned earlier, there's a virtual DOM, does a diff, and it shouldn't clear out stuff. So this is virtual view. Get or create. All right, well, we know when this thing happens, so it's easy to trigger. Oh. This is very easy. All right, so we go into here. Now, when we're here, I reload something. And I reload it just by space. View handler's null. All right, so if the view handler's null, how am I? All right, that one didn't blow up. Let's step in. Nope, nothing. Is it not going to blow up on me again? All right, well, it did that time. This is just baffling. Get or create. It's definitely doing handler equals null, create a new one, and then set it. So then we do view.setViewHandler. ViewHandler is null. How that is null? And then it goes to, it somehow has a view handler. Why, hello, Jitter. Thanks for the raid. No, I understand. I understand. We are working on an experimental UI framework, Comet, and building gMusic, which is a music player, but we're now mixing in this experimental UI framework, and I'm having the weirdest issue ever. I'm somehow having a null object, which is fine, yet then I am acting upon that null object. That's the tricky part, and I have no idea how this is actually happening inside of a new null object. Because if this thing is null, how did I ever get here? Let's, for kicks, that question mark should do that for me. But we're in odd territory right now. All right, run the app again. Click into a screen. Force a code hot reload. Watch it go boom. Ah! This is insane! If handler is null, or if I can do... Okay. I am blown away at this error. I'm somehow calling into a null object, even though I'm doing a null check, and it's not blowing up off the null, so it's obviously not null. This is very confusing. There's a lot of views this is creating. It's creating way more than I would have thought it would have. Maybe, I'm shocked we have that many views active. Wow, it goes up, goes down. Building that, building that. That builds a lot of views to build artist song view. Actually, okay, so we set the view handler to a new view, which is null. Wait, why are we in a loop for these things? Why are we doing this twice? Media item view gets its handler. This does the get or create for media item view. And this is going to be for the stack. Okay, that makes sense. I am blown away. I don't even know how to fix this. I'm trying to think where to even start. I'm interested what's going on. This might be something happening in the background, but why do I have so many views? Album artist only has a couple views. That makes sense. Artist song view goes crazy. Let's see if maybe something there, because it should not be creating that many views. Unless by chance it is building out every view ahead of time. But this is virtualized, so it shouldn't. Let's keep going on this. Gotta figure something out. During a reload, I should hypothetically clear out all those cells, which is why it's disposed. That makes perfect sense. All right, so let's tap on one of these again. Count is 20. Count is 20. How many of these items is going to grab out? 2. Count 20. It is calling this a lot. How many times does this need to know how many sections it has? Set frame should not. Interesting. We're on to row 0 still. It keeps calling this. It's not caching anything, is it? Get view for section. This was supposed to have some caching in it. Right here. Yeah, it's not recreating that each time. And what is instantiating all those views? Not that. That one's new. Index 2. Why are we counting up all these sections? It shouldn't go higher than 10. Let's remove that for a second. We're on to 5. And each one of them is 3 or 4 views, so that makes sense. It is going to build all 10 of them, so that's where all those views are coming from. But it is caching, so that's good. That scared me. Alright, so just press play on those. Alright. Now, how to fix this crash. Alright. I wonder which ones, if it's the ones on the song side or if it's the ones on the album side that's crashing. And I wonder if that makes a difference on hunting that down. We're definitely rebuilding this. So let's go to here. I know we're technically this dot virtual view. Isn't there a? This is an iOS view handler. How is everything null? How? This is just infuriating. All right, so view exists. What has caused disposed on this while we're setting the view? That's the only thing I can think of, is this was somehow disposed from another thread. You know what? We're going to try some crazy debugging here, because I don't know what else to do. List, string. Actually, we'll do a boolean. Is disposed list equals new. Change this to var. All right, so what we're going to do. Oh, don't jump away. Back, come back. Where was I? All right, we are going to have a bool has disposed. All right. What? Oh, why is it jumping to the top every time I don't know what's going on. All right. Now we're going to go override dispose. All right. Has disposed equals true. All right. I'm about to restart the IDE because I can't have it jumping to the top of the page every time I type. And save. All right. Set view. We're going to start out with has disposed. I'm going crazy. Let's close the file and reopen it. Maybe that'll fix it. All right. If no, we're just gonna go is disposed list dot add as disposed. We're just gonna put these things all over the freaking place. All right. Now let's run it. We'll have a list, and it should be like fall or true, false, false, or something like that, showing something jacked with it. And then maybe we can grab the stack trace. Let me think. All right, so let's click into here. Let's force a reload. Goes boom. It's false, 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 true. So something disposed it in that to view. All right, well, to view. How in the world can to view dispose that thing? Get or create? This is amazing. try something like that. We're getting somewhere. Something is disposing us, and we need to prevent that. If only I knew like which view or a way to identify which view is being disposed. You know, let's look at doing the stack, right? Let's do that. Let's go into the abstract handler. Is that where I was at? No, I was on abstract layout for iOS. All right, so what we're going to do right before we dispose, let's save the stack trace. Then when this thing goes boom, we should be able to see what stack trace killed it. I sure hope none of you guys ever have to debug anything so insane as this. I would not wish this upon anyone. All right. Abstract layout dispose. View dispose. View container dispose. Abstract layout dispose. View dispose. 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 Comet controls view dispose. All right. So the list was disposed. Let's go to this stack trace then. What caused this in the first place? You know what I mean? Where's this stack trace from? What is calling this get view? Oh, this is getting called from the OS. I wonder if this has to do with the view cell stuff recycling. So we're definitely using cell reuse, which is fine. All right, I think I know what needs to happen. I think I understand what's going on. So the problem is iOS keeps track of its cells differently than mine, and I have to hold on to a reference to them so I know what's going on. Now I'm keeping track of all of my cells, but I'm not keeping track of the native cells. So I think instead of disposing the native views, that's part of the problem. I should not be disposing the native views. I should dispose the Comet views and disassociate the cells, I think. Now, how to do that? All right, because going back to our other stack trace, I think right now I am going through and cleaning up the list view. And once I do that, let's go to list view dispose. I bet I'm disposing something. Controls. This might be an easy fix, actually. If I play my cards right. All right. Dispose. Wait, which one? I've got a couple different one of these. I need to go to list view T. Let's look at its dispose. All right, dispose. Gets all of its views and it disposes them. That's that stack trace we were seeing. Right? That is the one we were seeing. Sorry, that is really small. Let's bring this into code. Ooh. All right. I wish this would color format or something. All right, so get stack trace. Dispose, dispose. That's all going through dispose. Okay, so list view. All right, so reload view, reset, dispose, on dispose. List view dispose, which is going to clear its cached queue stuff. Let's scroll down a tad bit more. All right. Well, this is interesting. It was caused, looks like it's caused by itself. All right, this is where we're having issues, right? Get cell, set view. To view calls get or create. Get or create sets a view handler, which sets a view handler, which goes to this get or create, set view, to view, which, does this tell us line numbers? That one's line 72. That might be roundabout where we're at. 72. All right. So this line is this line. All right, to view. Gets the artwork. Set value, set binding property. Call property changed. All right. So then that goes to the abstract handler set view. That's where we're at. Goes through these set views, get render's view. Artwork does its thing. Artwork's done. Artwork changes state, set a property, saying it now has its artwork. Binding stuff goes through, notifies everything. Something in the end is saying to reload. Which tells it to reset. But resetting shouldn't dispose. Then it's going to go and dispose. Holy cow, this is deep. All right. So if we go, which page was that? I don't know if that's the artist album or the artist. All right, let's run it again. I'm getting somewhere. This is deep and nested. So when something changes, it's sending a notification saying something global changed inside this media item cell. Which is causing this to want to rebuild itself, which nulls itself out and goes to rebuild, but it was already null when it was building. Or like, yeah, it's an interesting loop. Okay. What's interesting is I don't get the whole I guess that's already gone up and happened. Let's put one here really quick. This might be a binding bug is what I'm thinking of. It's not V. He's not, okay. Here we go. So we're disposing this, and our current stack is hopefully through that same set view. List view, list view. I don't think this is the one we're looking for. That's a different stack. Again, different stack. How many of these are we gonna have to hunt through? Alright, again, different stack. New stack again. So many stacks. Still wrong. Alright, I need to find a way to quickly and easily identify that. I'm going to remove this breakpoint. Alright, let's go to this stack. And we're going to do something lame. Stack. My enter key is not working. Alright, restarting Visual Studio for Mac. The IDE is working against me. Alright. The album artwork reloading is causing this issue, I think. First go around it's not cached. Second time it is. And it's causing it to update too quickly, I think. Which is something I should fix. The framework shouldn't allow that. Actually, let's look at that album view as well. That might have clues to what's going on. This has a new artwork view. Where's artwork view? I think this is what's triggering it. Oh. I think I have an idea. But that should not rebuild up the chain. It should just rebuild this one. I think it's a binding bug. Find out in a second. All right, remove that for now. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to reset this artwork URL. That's going to cause this body to want to rebuild. All right. Now I think this abstract. Oh, did I not? All right, I didn't finish that yet. No, it's not what I thought it was. Ah, but this is the right stack. All right, get artwork. That is going to call this set binding for the artwork changing value. This has one listener, Comet State Manager, and then it's going to tell it on property changed, value changed. And update if binding states. Oh, I needed a breakpoint there. This is brutal, guys. Brutal. Hello, Carlos. How's it going? I am working on gMusic and Comet together. gMusic is a music app, and I'm fighting Comet, which is a new UI framework that I created, and it's blowing up. I'm not using collection view. Not yet. There's supposed to be a pull request coming from Swiki adding in pull collection view soon. Comet is totally separate though. And I have a, oh, I want that breakpoint here. And actually we can move that for now. No, that was it. Sorry, why am I not using collection view? Because I need to, and there's a couple places I want to use it, I just haven't gotten to it yet. That's all it's come down to. And I've been distracted by Comet a lot. So, has very much been distracting me. Especially when I'm chasing binding issues like this, going in circles. All right, I've narrowed it down. I know what's causing this crazy crash. Any tips for Xamarin Android performance as far as like what types of performance? Startup? Are you looking for just inner dev loop? Yes, reducing nested layouts is a huge thing. The least amount of views possible, the better for Android, 100%. Anytime you can simplify things. iOS doesn't seem to care so much, but Android definitely does. All right, so I need. Oops, not that. Let's trigger this reload again. Pending updates. Artwork value. I wonder if this is because I might have not thought something through all the way. Which view is listening to the state changed? Can I step into that? What is this? Oh, come on. I think that my state and the way my state builds up, I need to do a new state for each layer. And right now I'm reusing state whenever possible. Yes, I am definitely using hot reload. But the hot reload I'm using right now is I'm using a C# hot reload for Comet, but I do have the XAML hot reload working for this project as well. All right, fixing this is not going to work on stream. I have to go through and really dig through and redo the state. I just ran into this yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty stable. There's a few instances where it doesn't work. There's a couple screens on my app it just won't work with how the notifications work with it. But overall, if you're doing normal XAML things, it works really, really well. The C# Comet hot reload stuff, Comet's so experimental that I wouldn't call that stable or even close to it. That's where I'm finding all my bugs right now. And it has C# hot reload, which is really nice. And it works pretty good. Fixed a couple instances where it didn't today. All right, if this interests you guys, I can explain the problem and walk through it. So, yesterday I fixed a bug when I was working on Tasky, to where if I edited a nested object, it didn't do something. And what I'm looking at now is going to be something very similar. All right, so what I was doing is during binding, I would listen in for on property change, basically, and I bypassed the events. Events in .NET don't work with unhooking and unhooking very well unless they always go in the same order. So I had a little action that you could hook into, and I would hook into this whenever this binding manager, whenever it found an object it could listen to, it would just listen to the changes on those objects. And it would then pass these things along. Well, the problem was I had it as a single action that I would set or null out, which allowed only one object to listen at a time rather than multiples. And multiple things should be able to listen to the same thing, so that to do name, when it changed, the list view should see it, and so should the other one. The way it was working was the last object in got access to it. So I changed it to where now they listen and remove. And that worked really, really well, and that fixed all my data binding. One of the things that I do to pay attention to what I listen to and how things update, there's a concept of a global reset that happens. And whenever a global reset happens, same bug, same exact type of bug happening here. Inside of state, wrong. There's two types of states. This is the wrong state, not the state I'm looking for. I'm looking for this guy, non-state T. All right, which is a binding object manager. This has a state changed. This is a hey reset puppy, right? This gets set by a view telling that view to rebuild itself. Right now, I'm reusing these states. I've always intended to allow these states not to reuse and to be able to nest them down, but the moment I do that, they need to communicate with their parent state. That's why when I use these, you'll notice whenever I use state, I do using state builder. State builder then keeps a stack of the current one, so I can always ask what its parent was, what's the one up from it in the list, or its the view's parent state. So I'm going to have to change this so each view gets its own state. That way, if it has its own global things, they don't affect each other. I wanted views to share states because it made things simpler. Maybe I'll just teach state about its children. Because state will need to be able to, when certain things change, it may need to propagate things up. But this is causing an infinite reload because value changes at a certain level for that album. which is causing these puppies to reset. Yeah, this one's going to be a tricky one to do. All right, I think I'm going to move on from this for now because that's going to be a big fix. And I don't know if we want to change the whole stream over to that. And I'll have to write some funky tests for that to make sure it works. Unless that interests you guys. If you guys want to see me redo the state stuff, I can do that. Or we can work on some just UI and Xamarin.Forms. Vote. Anyone care what we work on? Yeah, Xamarin UI or Xamarin.Forms UI. All right. All right, let's ditch this branch that I'm on. We'll just switch branches back to master. Leave my changes on Comet. Brutal. Okay. All right, so where are we? Let's Windows, close all. Don't save any of that stuff. Not needed. So just typing in chat really quick, explaining the issue to the team that's been helping out. All right. Okay, there we go. Done with that. Let's work on something fun. Let's see where gMusic's at right now. Maybe we'll rebuild those screens we just built. When we tap into artist. That does not look right. Did it not reload? I am confused. I changed branches. Show in Finder. This should not have Comet. And that still did. There we go. Comet's gone. Let's clean. Alright, well this building, I'm going to AFK for like 2 seconds. I'm going to refill my water bottle. Be right back.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so sweet, Visual Studio crashed on me during that build. That's fun. Let me start that, get my screens all lined back up. All right, resume music. Don't save that. Launch gMusic again. Let's build it, and let's work on some UI. So I want to, right now it just takes you to this screen, which is wrong. I want it to take to that picker again. Oh, it's playing music. Did not mean to do that. Let's launch a, let me adjust my desk. Oh, better. We want to go to, let's open up another simulator. Let's open up the other gMusic so we can compare the original one. XS has that. So many simulators. Let's close this one. We don't need this one anymore. You can go away. This is loading. Let's debug you. That should pop up here, debugging. And then we can start building some UI. Building gMusic screens with. All right. Switch that back. That's good. All right. So now this one. Did I reset my simulators? Oh, that's 4. I need 2. All right. Hardware. Device. Do I tend to use AOT for Android apps? It depends. Release mode, absolutely, it's a lot faster. The app sizes are bigger, so it is depending on how big it is, and if I'm really worried about constraints, that is the downside to it. Is you are going to be a lot bigger. There is the new hybrid, or kind of like the profiled AOT, I think is what it's called, to where it smartly decides what to do. So that does a lot and really is around the startup to really give you the startup performance you need. So if you haven't tested that or tried that, definitely give that a go. That makes a pretty big startup boost. And AOT builds are a lot slower, where the profiled one's a lot faster. All right, so we're gonna need to shrink those things down because look how big those are. All right, so this is the screen we're going to add Fruitfly in here. Okay, perfect. And this is what I built last week in Comet, but we're going to build it in Xamarin.Forms straight up this week. All right, perfect. Views. Let's throw in a new view. Add new view. Artist details page. This one's going to again be kind of a hybrid, part in C#, part in not. Got to get that fly. He's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so this one will be a, how do I do the search view? Because it's going to be almost identical to the search page. Search page, actually, I'm just going to make it a content page. Add in Xamarin.Forms. Content page, we'll do content equals new panorama view. And we will say, that should be good. We're going to add, do I have a generic, what's this guy do? Because if I remember right, one's grouped and one's not. So songs can just use this generic puppy. And this uses base view model. Is this right? Base view model. What's in the base view model? Okay, that's looking all right. Base view model for that. I was gonna not create a view model for each of these, but we can. So we already have an artist songs view model, so we can definitely use that one. Have I used this elsewhere? Was I using this? Artist page. All right, so we're just gonna copy this stuff. Beautiful artist model. Artist details page. All right. So, let's just pass in the artist. Do the constructor. Okay, so we'll do artist page equals this. Now let's put a semicolon there. Now we need one more. We also need we're just gonna call it content page right now. Artist albums page. And we're just gonna say, perfect. All right. Panorama dot. Oh, been doing Comet too long. All right, so panorama dot add page, and here we're gonna say strings dot songs, comma artist albums page. Oh no, this is albums. Albums and oh, are these supposed to be views? These are views. I can fix that. I can fix that. I'm gonna have to build something new for this, but that is totally okay. I can do that. All right, so we're probably just gonna change these right now. Let's just do it right. List view. And then let's just kill that for now. Artist songs equals new list view. And songs view model equals that. Now, item source equals songs view model dot source. Perfect, perfect. Now we want to say grouping equals true, and I'm just gonna go and look at on the XAML of all the things I say. Group binding, display, display. Man, that stuff gets painful to write here. All right. Group or header. I want group display binding equals new binding, and we do this on all right. Name of, I can do these strongly typed. This has a group nonsense thingy. Right, so this thing, simple database source. If I jump down the tree far enough, somewhere in here there's the header nonsense. I'm gonna have to type that. I don't want to type it. We're just gonna do the name. All right, we'll just say display. And then we don't need the name of. Group short name binding. Let's hope that gives us something. Panorama.add page. Add page strings.songs, comma, artist, songs. And then we'll build the other view next. All right, so now artist page on push. Run this thing. And this page, Sweeky's supposed to be sending a pull request. She said she was working on it or has it working. So this is a panorama, or this is a collection view. Why is there nothing? I think I know why. What did I do wrong? Helps to assign that content. Hey, Comet Nougat was updated. Sweeky did something and fixed the publishing. So new Nougat is out with the new list view API and lots of other fixes. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Data item template equals new. And then I have type of media. All right, let's try that. Trying so hard not to sing along to my music right now. It's killing me. All right, let's run this. Hey, we're getting there. Do we set a cell height or just set uneven true? Run, run, little device, go. All right, click on it. Songs. Yay! Now let's make sure. Okay, it is filtering right. Much better. Now let's do albums. All right, perfect. Now let's do another one of these. All right, so now this song view, we need to do an album one. I think we're gonna make another one of these. So we'll do new album. Oh, but this aren't gonna be grouped. That'll be fine. We'll tell it not to be grouped. All right. So this one is going to be an artist albums. Do I not have an albums view model? How did I do albums before? Oh, that's actually way easier. You're gonna die. Go away. Delete! Purge. Alright, artist albums details. We will do item source equals new. That. Ignore that. And what's not right? Oh, right. Dot source. That's the key there. That's the key. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to say source group. Isn't there something to say? How do I set the group info on that thing? Group info. That's what I thought. We're just going to change this a little bit. Artist ID, artists from album. Delete that. Now I should be able to say equals group. And we're going to rename that because that's not very descriptive. Rename. Rename's not working. Beautiful. All right, so let's run this again. Now this time we should have, although I didn't finish it, unexpected character. Ah, there's an invisible character. Sometimes when you're copying and pasting, it will do that, or weird key combinations. I haven't figured it out yet. I have no idea. Let's run that. And now we should have two pretty views inside of a thing. Inside of a panorama control. That's the word I'm thinking of. And I didn't do online because just haven't gotten there yet. But now when I click on this, something's wrong. I need to tell this thing it's not grouped. Let's go to this. I set grouping on the source. Maybe I just create a new source instead of that. We'll do that. I think that'll be cleaner. Equals new. Equals new source. Type is album. And then group info equals album group. I wish my autocomplete would work right now. I think that's right. Find out soon. thank you. Set that there. All right, let's click on that. That's looking so much better, except why is there only one? Because it says 3. All right, let's. Maybe I filtered those wrong. So let's go look at the database. That'll be the easiest way. iPhone, or we can check the old app. XR. Where is gMusic? There we go. Reveal in Finder. Let's check out its database. Library. Database. Let's go to albums. I could be filtering that wrong. Where artist ID. That's what I did, right? uh, make it the right. That should make a big difference. I bet that was the problem. All right, click. No, no. You can't go to that definition, huh? Interesting story. All right. Group, database, number of sections, group info. That should be 1, right? Number of sections should be 1. Wait, hold on. Maybe this class is wrong. Oh. It's grouped, else number of rows. That group info looks right. From album, where artist ID equals this. Group by. I don't need a group by. Oh, I didn't add a group by. It auto does that. But it should ignore that. It should say get all count of this. Maybe it auto groups by. Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to clear that. I can go check the old app though. Might be smart. Old app. Shared. It might be under. Move that breakpoint. That's not useful now. Let's jump into view models, artist, albums, view model. Oh, I did my. Woo! That's a fancy one. We're going to take that though, because I believe I did that right. Because it works in the old app. Beautiful. I forgot I did fancy stuff like that every now and then. That should be good. Run. So one thing I really like about simple database, if I need to do complex things like this, I can just say, hey, filter by where select album ID, where artist ID equals that. Hey, check it out. Now we have albums. Oh, right. That way it does like various artists, which the ID wouldn't match. I remember. Remember. All right, nothing happens when you tap on any of them yet. Oh no, songs will work. Songs will play as it's doing. Right? Maybe I didn't fix that yet. Maybe I have to hook that up still. Right, I do, because I didn't subclass like I was originally doing. All right, so let's stop this. Let's go into the songs view, songs list view. Let's hook this puppy up. Am I blind? Ah, songs page. All right, and then we just override tap and we do this puppy. Actually, since I'm tempted to just reuse this. No, that's not going to work. That does the view model, which I have the view model. This is going to be slightly different. All right, so artist details page. How did I lose it? So now right here, what we will do is we will do and then we'll do another one of these puppies. Come on. Well, at least it gave me that. That's the main thing I wanted. Now we can bring this stuff into songs. Songs. This is not right. We need to go. I didn't save that song model, did I? All right, so we'll do that. All right, got that, got that. Songs view model, don't need that. We already have that. Perfect, perfect. Casing, casing gets you. Copying, pasting. All right. Oh, it needs to check. Right, I don't care about this because that'll never happen. And that thing's never gonna not be null. That is cleaner. Do a little bit of cleanup there. All right, now. Why do I throw an E at the end of there? All right, so now on this one, we're going to have to navigate, but I don't have an album details page yet. Let's add one. Add new. This one's going to be a XAML page because this one's going to be fancy. Xamarin.Forms. Content page, XAML. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be that fancy. It's mainly just going to be a list view. Yeah. The header is what's fancy. Oh well. Doing it anyway. Alright. Getting somewhere. Now, let's close a bunch of stuff. Don't need any of this nonsense. You can all go away. And in here, we will say this dot navigation dot push async new album details page. All right, run it. Now we can probably use some XAML hot reload. Actually, I probably just need to set its binding context. I don't even need to pass that in through the constructor if I do it that way, but oh well. Oh, to the well. Oops, wrong one. All right, loading. Now if I tap on a song, it's going to play music. And this should now only be Blink songs. That reset the context like it was supposed to. Now, albums, if I tap on this, new empty screen. Yes. All right, oh, also I want to say, I'm going to stop and start because we don't have C# hot reload yet. All right. Now, the old screen is pretty dang cool, if I do say so myself. So it auto scrolls to the right area, which is fun. So if I go to one that doesn't have many, which all of these are full albums, so they will, Taylor Swift, because it has additional tracks. But you'll notice how cool that is. These are the ones in my library. These are the ones that are available online. And I'm thinking I might mix them all together. I don't know. I haven't decided how I want to handle that. Ah, that one did better. So this one scrolls to the top, so it shows you the album art, whereas the other one auto scrolls lower because the songs are more important than the album artwork. And then I thought, oh no, I put it in the bar. That's supposed to tell you something. But that dot 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 is the album context versus this one is that. And I thought it told me something else fancier that I don't remember. All right, so this one gets a nice big album art view. It's going to have a nice little blur view in it. And it's also going to have all that stuff. All right. And then, like I said, it also goes and loads stuff not on your device. It's like, so you have 2 songs, but you know there's more of them. And I've thought about keeping them separate like this, or a way to quickly add them to your library, because that'd be kind of cool. Like, oh, I want the whole album, not just those 2 songs. But now that I have this screen, I'm also going to be able to just add it here. Because I haven't done that yet. So we'll need to do that. Artist, albums, bring you right here. Let's resize. Let's jump into some XAML. Titles, right? Perfect, perfect. All right. Do I have hot reload on? I might not have hot reload enabled. No! I thought I did once upon a time. Let's enable this thing. Bum ba dum. Does it tell me we shipped it? Make sure I have it enabled. I had the old stuff. We already released it though. Hey, this guy's saying it's now available. Let's see if he says what to do. It's funny I'm going to a third-party blog rather than... No, it's still saying sign up for the preview. Alright, so these are all from July. Nothing from July is going to be... And it ships as part of the product, not needing this extension anymore. Oh no, that's live reload. This is sad. Maybe it wasn't there. I know it used to have something in here. I'm missing it, wherever it's at. I totally thought it had a thing. Maybe it's only on the previews and I downgraded to stable. Let's upgrade to a preview. Because I want hot reload enabled. Who doesn't want to use the hot reload? Alright, well that is thinking. I'm going to move that off screen. And, oh, I can't code. Oh wait, now it's going to let me. Will it? No, I can't switch tabs. I can type on the tab I'm on, but I can't switch tabs. And it's gone. I can't even find it now. Alright, it is updating slowly. That's so funny. And I can't resize this window, which is now giant. It's so big I can't see my chat. Alright, I know I can just like close this and it'll keep going in the background. And then it'll pop up again when it's ready. So while that's happening, we're just gonna go to here. There was something I wanted to do and I don't remember what that was. So albums details page, I have the album that's coming in. I don't remember. All right, let's go to the albums page. All right. All right, so now we can do this dot navigation dot push async new album details page. There's something else I want to do with that album. I was like, oh, I'll do that in the code, and I didn't say what it was, and now I forgot what it was. I was gonna do something here. Right. I need to get stuff set up because the album as the binding context isn't enough. It's actually not nearly. It's not. It can't be the album context. I need to, or the binding context. I need to set like stuff for the list, the source. Sorry, just logging in so it'll install. All right, keep going. Any questions while I install? Running set updates. I wish I could remember what I was trying to do. My mind is blank. I really don't remember what I was trying to do. All right, so what I need to do still is I need to be able to build that top view, which is going to be the header to the list view. And then I'm going to do the list view content. And it gets a different cell than we've done before because albums should not look the same. We don't need album art repeated because we already have that. I'm going to need to do the second section of additional items. What else do I need to do? I'm going to need to do on selected, have it play that album with that song. Is there anything else that needs done on that screen? It's killing me. Hate when I forget something. All right, it's almost done installing. Not bad that we've built 3 screens in a short while tonight. And actually, we should be a good citizen on that screen. And I just subscribed to the on selections. We should do that and remove it. Unsubscribe on view disappearing. I think one of my kids is burning popcorn. All right, almost back in action. Let's check the settings. Okay, do we have... Thought there was something in the settings. All right, we're just gonna see if it works. What more can we do? Maybe we didn't release it. I thought we totally released it in a preview or something to the general public. And it should show me something when hot reload's enabled. Hey, found the official docs. All right. All right, so visual on a Mac, enable hot reload checkbox, Visual Studio Preferences projects. I did not see it there. Preferences, projects. Knew it wasn't there and it's supposed to be. I just updated the preview. 8.3. That I am. I mean, I can update to our internal preview, but I shouldn't have to. Do you see it on public? Oh yeah, you see it on just the preview though? Maybe I'm on too old of a forms. I have to update forms. I know you have to be on the latest forms, but I didn't know if it. Yeah. I'm on 4.2, or I'm on 4 something. We'll find out. Yeah, but I should see the settings regardless. You're correct. That's right. I'm going to update forms. Preferences. Projects. I'm not seeing it. Yeah. That's right. I'm going to update my forms. Then I'm going to restart just in case. Smell of burned popcorn in my office now. All right, let's update. Then I'm going to restart because I don't know what else to try. And I was on 4.2 anyway. All right, are all the updates done? Let's restart. I'm going to ask inside of internal channels, ask the hot reload team what they have any ideas on oops, typing there. Maybe someone in there will know what to do. Try again. For you, it's under Tools. You're on is that on Mac or Windows? I'll check under Tools. Tools. Nothing there. Preferences. On a Mac. The doc said it should be right there. So that might be once you have it enabled. So if you house speech or house be such, if you were to check under preferences, you probably enabled it first, which should be right here. Super lame. Check for updates. I just did that, so I don't know how I could find more. But I can switch to an internal preview, like 8.4. I'm on 8.3. Everything's up to date. 3 different .NET 3.0s, because why not? Alright, I'm about to give up on that. We're not doing XAML hot reload because it doesn't like me today. Let me try something crazy. There's my hot reload. I wonder if maybe they're conflicting. Totally could be Comet fighting with it. So let's try that. Yeah, if you did the preview version, had an extension. But once we updated it and sent it out to the public, it's not an extension anymore. No, that didn't fix it. I mean, I had the old one, but I don't need that. Alright, well, I'm going to re-enable Comet because I use that puppy. Yeah, no, not a problem at all. Anything that helps is useful. It's worth a try. Look, I have the old extension. Let me update that. Maybe I need to uninstall that though. So let's update it so now I can uninstall it. Restart this. It could be that I have some old stuff installed. That really could be the problem. Two conflicting things. Okay, that did not bring it there. Why is the extensions going to the wrong window? It used to live under here. And it's disabled. Although I totally thought that they uninstalled it for you. Let's just see what this does. Maybe I had it disabled. Could be my fault. I bet that's me. There we go. Alright, that's better. Much better! Yay! Alright, that shouldn't happen to any of you guys. Hopefully you guys aren't disabling and messing with weird versions of things like I do. Alright. Now, let's click run. See if we can get some reload action going on. And someone inside of from the hot reload team's like, "Hey, is the extension enabled?" So, all right. So XAML. Once I have that on, I should see. It says it'll automatically update. You don't have to update or do anything else. That's what I thought would have happened. All right. Well, let's go to the page we're looking for. And shouldn't I get some indication hot reload is going? Let's shrink this down. And it's not reloading anyway. All right, hot reload. I definitely have it on. Make sure. Oh, it's on save. I'm used to my fancy hot reload, which is instant. All right, that's working now. We have hot reload. Yay! Exciting! And I think if I do like Xname, it's gonna freak out. I think it'll still work, but it doesn't. I don't know if it tells me, hey, you can't do that, but it technically can't do that, so I didn't know what to do. All right, so album details page. Don't need this anymore. All right. Now where were we? We now have an album details page. Let's fill this puppy out. Why am I not getting autocomplete? I cannot code without autocomplete. Yeah, see, it's like, hey, whoa, can't do that. Let's stop and see if I can get autocomplete. Do I have to do two dot header? All right, this view dot header. For our header, I'm wondering if how much of that I want to do here versus doing it elsewhere. So I want a big blurred list view, which I have a user control for that. I think not image view something or other. What do I use here? I thought I had a user control for artwork view. Album art view, see? Knew I did. gMusic, album art view! Yay! Album art view! Let's go grab this namespace. And right now I set the binding context, which is wrong, but it's right. Because that'll work for us getting the album artwork. Sorry, the hot reload team was asking questions about it, like why did I have to update, things like that. So just trying to help that out to make it easier for everyone else. All right, so let's do gMusic album art view. All right, and for this thing, I need it to be big. I need this header view to be giant. I need it to be the width of the screen. Is that what I do on? I'm wondering what I did on. Um, okay, so now that I have that, let's just do, how do I bind this on these? I didn't bind because binding was a nightmare for this thing. It's alright, so we'll just expose this thing. We're gonna do the header not in here because that's not gonna be nice. And what we'll do here is, for now, we'll just use that album list view because it's gonna be easier. I'm gonna steal some code because I hate rewriting this stuff all the time. And cells. Let's go to the right page, throw this in here. Reformat. Ah, I liked it better formatted the other way. Learn my formatting, people. All right, so now we've got that. Got that. Grabbing this. Okay, so now that we've got this, we've got that. We can set this source. We need to add a view model for this thing. It's definitely gonna need something. Or we can just go like this. Because we're gonna need a little fancy thing like this. Not to the same extent, but it's close enough. Now what we'll do is, let's go to here, go to here. We will say, oh, and I want to do this here. Item source equals new simple data, simple, what do we call that thingy? And why isn't it in a namespace that I use? It's inside the view models namespace, isn't it? Simple database source, that's what I'm looking for. Simple database source, we're going to say it's type of song. And its group info is going to be special. Maybe we'll just do the group info outside again. So if I do it this way, database.main dot get group info for song. Now I can just do song or group info dot filter equals, I just want to make sure I get that syntax right, but I think it's just, actually we'll just try it out. What's the worst that can happen? Equals, actually, no, that's not right. This is a fancy one, because this filter needs to be where ID in, yeah, I'm going to go copy it, because this one's a fancy one. I need to be like ID where it exists inside of here. So let's do album details view model. Oh, is that really all I have to do? Okay. I thought it was going to be more complicated than that. I figured I didn't realize I gave all the good stuff. All right, new group info, album. I used to know simple database really, really well back in the day, but now I forget it because I wrote it years ago. But I still use it because it's awesome. Once I get past it, I don't have to really do this too much. All right, beautiful. So now we have a list view. Trying to think how I want to do that big fat header view. How did I do it on the... It's a great question. How did I do it on the now playing page? Because it's almost the same thing. Not view model. Now playing view controller. On this, I did a nice big giant square image at the top. This guy. I did that. All right, I like it. All right, so we are going to, let's just user control that puppy. Um, Actually, no, I need to do something different. Let's make, we'll just do it here. We will do album, art album. I did that. Did I do it as a CS? Okay, no, it just took me to the code one. All right, so this is gonna be nice because it will give me. Oh, that might be the wrong one. Is that the top one? Hold on, let me find the right one. It's so complicated finding the right one. Because I have two, the now playing screen's a little complicated. And I need to find the right one. So, this screen has two album art views. A big one, which is the one I kind of want, and the little one. Oh no, this is right, because that gives it a height of 356, and then proportionalizes everything. That's not exactly what I want. That's not what I want at all. What's this album art view do again? Does it auto square itself and make itself nice and big? So on iOS for the original app, this was really easy to figure out because I just say, hey, here's my view. And then I would lay it out based on the screen width when I create it. Just say, hey, how wide is my screen? Make a square. In Forms, that's a tad bit trickier because you're never given sizes. And you can get sizes by overriding like absolute layout and like layout and requested sizes and all that type of stuff. But you're never truly just said, hey, here's the size, do what you want with it. So it makes it a little tricky. So how do I want to do this guy? Any thoughts? Anyone have any ideas? Maybe I can make a square control. Let's try something. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new view. This can say don't use this. Didn't it change to something else? Obsolete on size request. Okay, member square. Wait, how do I request a size now then? Well, don't just tell me that it's obsolete. Tell me what the size option is. I should be able to say what the size I want it to be, right? Is it on measure? All right, so we're just going to try something crazy here. Actually, we're going to leave it as a content view for now. Because then we can just say, oops, 10 equals new frame. All right, so now on its size, actually, I think the content will all go. So now what we'll say is we're going to say, hey, we're going to override this thing, and maybe we'll just do a frame to make it easier. And we're going to say its size, I want it to be square, okay? So the size I want is we will say return request new size, and we're going to say width go as wide as you can and as tall as you can, or that width. And then we're going to pass the same thing in for the min, and let's see what happens. I have no idea. Put a breakpoint here. And now on this, we can go to the artist details page. No, not album details. Yeah, that was the right one. Let me scroll. Okay. Wrong one. We will say list view. What did I call that thing? Square. And oh, I didn't give it a background color. It's got a background color. All right, nice and pink. Nice and pink. Nice to see. Still there. We're going to delete this guy. It doesn't exist anymore. It's dead to me. Might come back. But for now, it's dead. I thought I told it to run. That burned popcorn is making me hungry. All right, let's see what this does. Let's go to albums. It'll be faster. All right. With what? -40. All right, that's better. 374. Hey, that's what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. All right. I like it. Okay, so let's think this through. That'll give me that top square. Now I can just do the absolute layout I want. The absolute layout, I want a album art view that's going to be that full size. And then I'm going to overlap that little blur view at the bottom. And that blur view has stuff on it. So maybe I do a grid over the top of that. So I think I'll have 3 views in here. Absolute layout. Ditch this. Actually, I'm going to continue this. Why does it not get the right namespace? There we go. All right, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do album art view. All right. All right, so now art view. Okay, album art view, and then we're going to say art view dot, no, sorry. Absolute layout dot set layout flags. No, set layout bounds. No, I think it was the flags. Dot set layout flags and art view, comma. Dot size proportional. Dot set layout bounds. Zero comma 0 comma 1 1. I think that's right. Find out. Find out. In my album art view, I thought I had, oops. Update out, that's what I'm looking for. Let's run it, see what this thing does. Oh, come on with the build errors. Oh, makes sense. I definitely noticed the productivity difference when I'm working on Comet versus Forms. That C# hot reload. It's nice. All right, remove that. We don't care about that. Nope, I did those absolute layout flags totally wrong. I do absolute layout flags somewhere in this puppy. If I see another place I did it, I'll know what to do. Well, that's exactly what I did. Interesting. I just now realized what I did wrong. Anybody know? Anybody want to guess? Any guesses? No one saw my mistake? Forgot to add it as a child. All right, that should give us this album art view header. Then we can work on putting that blur view over it, along with that grid that has the two icon, the icon and the dot 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 button. Love when I make those mistakes. It's amazing. All right, I see something, but it's not what I wanted to see. I don't want a gray box. And last time when I was searching, set layout bounds. Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, set layout bounds. Done, done, done. That's right. Then why in the world is this not right? I have a gray box, so something's good. Oops. Try it again. Oh, now I'm gonna get all those breakpoints. A lot. Come on. I should not have done those yet. And I totally locked up the debugger. Let's try that again. Gonna run. Thought I removed all those. I did not. Hey. That's the problem. It's somehow null. Now, null is supposed to set the image to the default image. So that is default art album artwork. So it's not gray. Although it should never be null. Let's be honest there. So album art view, let's go to our square content view. Why is that null? So it's null coming into here. How can that be null? Has an album, right? Yes. Play. Still has an album. Okay, so that wasn't the breakpoint I thought I was hitting. And debugging is fun. Back and forth, back and forth. That breakpoint's not needed anymore. Let's step into this. No, I thought that was step into. How is that getting null? It wasn't null. Wait, on binding context. Unbinding object change for what? Oh, that's not the right cell. But that still shouldn't be null. That step over, that step into. Either way, we're going to do this old-fashioned way. All right, so now this hits. Item is not null. Step over, get the album artwork. Step over. We have a URL. Step over again. Wait, if item is not equal to binding context. So I just need to set its binding context. As well. So I had some extra stuff in there. Binding context equals album. There we go. That there will fix it. But either way, I want to say if they're not equal, just returns and does nothing. That means it was off doing requests and fetching things, and then it was rewritten because it was recycled because these are used in cells. That's why that happened. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're going to need to fix that cell, but I'm not worried about that one bit. We'll get there. All right, so close this one. Go back to the album details page. Fix that for the grouping is false. That'll now give us the cells we're expecting. And we can keep working on that top header. We're going to rename it so it's not called square, now that we're using it not as just a square view. All right, perfect. So now if we go into this, look at that. Look at that. We're getting cells. So exciting. All right. Loving it. All right. So now we've got those. Let's go and work on this square view. Actually, we can do the square view how it is, and we could do this not here. It's all right. We're just going to keep going with it. All right, so we have the outer view. We're also going to need a grid, and we don't need to save the grid. Let's do the blur view. All right, so now equals new blur view, and we will just say that's with proportional. And I want it to be at the bottom. So, and absolute layout flags dot y proportional. So that should put it at the bottom, and then these rectangles go width height is, let's put this at like 30, just so we can see what this looks like. Run this again. Let's hopefully now have a blur view at the bottom of that. That is 30 pixels high. What did it do to my... Oh. Copy paste fail. Try that again! Should not look funny this time. Where in the world did stuff go? We were doing Taylor Swift, which we knew was working. Let's just do this manually. So what we'll do here is we will say all right. Actually, height is, that's right. Rec dot y equals plus equals 30. Old school math layout. Always works. Always works. I've actually been tempted to start laying out more things this way because it's super efficient. All right, I don't have my blur view though. Put a breakpoint there. Where did my blur view go? And then let's do that. Oh, that's way off. All right, so that's what I want. Should be minus y as well. We'll just remove that breakpoint because I'm confident. Hey, blur view's there. That's exactly what I wanted. I like it. Perfect. Perfecto. All right. Now we can throw in that icon, the text, and then that on the left. That spacing's funny on the old one, so we'll space it better. All right, now what we're also going to do is binding flags can be so hard to get right when I can just do the math myself super fast. I like it. Grid dot add, no. Grids are so painful in C#. Let's do some extensions to make this better. Because this is not cool. I want this to be clean. T, we're going to do right. Let's fix some spelling mistakes. We're going to add some nice new extension methods to make this really easy to use. So now we'll do grid.set row. And we'll do view, comma, row. We're going to have to do it as this. All right, so we've got set row, set column. Sep, do you need something? Let's. All right. Perfect. So now what we'll do is we will do columns, column definitions, and we'll add in new column definitions. And width is, these are going to be, this one can just be whatever. We don't care on that one. And the last one we care about, we're going to set this one to be like 30. All right, perfect. Now we can do children, and we can just add these in here. We'll say new, oh, I need two, I'm just going to do this as a new stack. All right, so we'll do a new stack layout. Oh. All right, okay. Now we'll do new. And this is, we'll go to our, oops. We have our some of our stuff there, but we haven't done everything. So let's jump to here. Let's add in our font image source for public static. Actually, that is the same as our song icon. So we can just reuse that. All right, so this is just square content, images. Oops, what'd I do? All right, images, dot, menu, dot, songs, icon. Yay! Why is that complaining? Oh, new, or no, sorry, children equals, it's just so verbose. All right, much better. All right, new, label, text equals, album dot, we just say whatever songs, right? Equals. Did I have, I can't remember in strings. Strings dot album. I can't remember in here what comes out of this. I can't remember if that's a formatted string or not. Let's look in the old gMusic. That might be a formatted string, so it orders it right, but it might not. I can't remember. Songs count is used in the album. It's not used at all in there. All right, so I want to go to the album details shared. Might be in iOS only. What I'm looking for. View controllers, artist, album details, view controller. It has a header. This guy. So it gets the music note, does its thing, does the label, sets its style, does its thing. And then set text. Okay, that's all it does. That's what I was wondering. Just does songs. So it's technically could be very wrong depending on the language, because some languages order matters. So that's kind of sad. I don't have that done right. And now album dot track count. All right, and now we also want to do in children as well, do new, how do I think it's just a new image. New image, or maybe it was an image button. The easiest way to tell is go look at, because we're basically just repeating what we did on the media item cell. Media item cell has a, I did that in C# because it was easier there. That guy. That's a mouthful. All right, so if we just copy that into here, instead of an equals, oh, I'm hitting caps lock, not shift. All right, so now this one goes to there, this one goes to here, dot set column 1. I like it. I don't like how I just copy and pasted a brick of code, giant block. It's a lot to copy, but it'll work. All right, so let's run this. Why do I have a to-do to show the pop-up? I show that pop-up. All right, and I'm probably going to end here if this works, which I think it will. I don't know if I ever finished the pop-up stuff, but... All right, so... Why is it doing item? Where's that item coming from? Oh, this does not have that binding context. We'll just right here, we can cheat and say equals album. Run that again. All right, run this puppy, and should be good. We should now have a pretty cool looking album header, and then all that's left is to do the list cells, and we'll do that. I'll do that next week, doing these, because those are really, really easy to build, luckily. Nothing fancy there. Why isn't that one showing the count? Why isn't ours show? I know why. I know why. Caps locks on, dot add, grid. So sad. I keep forgetting that. But that's some really nice looking UI we just added today. It's not too bad. We did some manual layout because I love manual layout, especially when you're doing some just simple stuff like that. So much easier. And I'm going to have to do some things to tweak that grid just a tad, maybe add some padding around that view. But yes, that's there. I don't see the text. That stack, what kind of stack did I do? I did a new stack layout, orientation equals horizontal, and what's the alignment stuff on this? Flow direction dot trying to remember how to tell this to all align at the left. I think it does by default. Run this again. And either way, I'm probably going to be done because I got stuff to do and it's dinner time soon. All right, that's better. It's not perfect. That font's all wrong. Our padding sucks. Our pop-up button works. These are the wrong cells. Let's do a comparison. This one actually won't let me scroll all the way up, which is kind of funny. But you get the point. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Just need to fix those cells. We can do that. Add some padding. 0 songs. There's not 0 songs. I just want to see what is going on here. Maybe I used the wrong property. Album. Why is track count 0? Oh well. Something to fix for another day. We can fix the database stuff. Do I track count? Find references. Where do we set that at here? Publicly. So I do it from here. Header. I don't know where I set it on here. We'll find it. Actually, we'll fix the database because the database should have accurate track counts. And I'm guessing it doesn't on any of these. It does for some of them. That's right. That's in the database sync layer, and I can fix that. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out today. I'm probably going to end here, and well, I'm going to end here. And let's see if there's anyone that we should raid, or if anyone's doing cool stuff right now. Let's close out of these. Let's see what's going on elsewhere in the world. Maybe someone from my. Am I following anyone who's raiding? Drop this off over here. Lana and Tim are both going. Um, Tim's working on a racing game. No, he's just racing. Who's live coding? Anyone doing cool stuff? Unity dev. Let's go check out this person. I've never seen their stream, and they were doing some Unity dev. Day 123. That looks awesome. Oh, I've actually checked theirs out before. And actually, I forgot to